Oh, well, hello. I'm rather sitting in the dark here. Let's fix that 1 second. Woo, there we go. Why is my camera all tilted one way? There we go. What's up, guys? What's going on with my camera? Did I bump it? There's one way. Market's irrational upside looking really nice there. Oh. I know why. Don't do anything. Bear's sitting here. Ooh, that's better. Oh yeah. All right. I was wondering what was going on behind me. There's a chair in the way. How are y'all doing today? Was Matt up late last night? Matt was up late last night. Matt's up late every night. Let's close that off. I'll figure that out later. All right, what's up, y'all? Matt's just adjusting his face. Okay. Markets irrational to the upside. We are moving 55 points out on the S&P. Nasdaq, we're opening probably like 190, almost 200 points. VIX is completely in collapse. Remember, we rejected that triple B yesterday. We're back to being rallying for the year. Super awesome. Yeah, I don't know if my camera... I feel like I usually have more space than this. Don't go anywhere. I know what happened. There we go. That's more like... Whoa! I'm back. Okay. See, hold on. I always reverse. So wait, hold on. This side. Okay, the right side over here. This eye is that side. Okay, there we go. Look at that. Now there's all that space. I don't know where my space went. Okay, markets are out to the upside. You know, kind of bull market return perhaps. We're tapping that red line yesterday on S&P. You guys remember the rationality, how we look at this? Doomsday's not calculated yet. We're waiting for this to come through. But when you open outside the band, right, Doomsday is irrational. Sorry, outside the band, market's irrational anyways. Don't try to fade it. Don't try to long it until you get a signal that's good. I always take long trades no matter what. Irrational longs are great. You can take irrational shorts too. I just don't like the short market's irrational. It's too choppy. Longs and volatilities and decay, rational longs are great. So let's see what the playbook comes up with whenever it's done. Ooh, yeah, that looks like I just caught it bad, don't I? Hit that like button really quick. Okay, guys, 10 seconds to do it. Smash it really, really fast. Like just go down real quick, smash it. My hand's trying to move the mouse so we can take a look at the platform, but I'm just not motivated. Diligently secure that bag today. Diligently. Yes, diligently. We watched a video last night about, remember Russell's right there at the edge of the van too, about the transatlantic accent that they used to have in the old movies, and it was we've been talking with that accent all day. It was like, now see here, Mr. Weathersby, the truth is in motion pictures, no, not radio. And they were talking about how there's like some induced accent that they used to say, you know, that I don't know what the reason for it. They used to teach school children, I guess in the 20s, how to speak like Katharine Hepburn's accent, basically. It's hard to stop talking like that once you start. It's a slippery slope, guys. Don't even start. Like crack rock, like not even once. Okay, you've been in that same mode. It's insane. Okay, let's take a look at DD. Let's pull the playbook up. We got coming here. No way. All right. Okay, so DD's coming in at least 0.7. What you'll notice is that DD doesn't flag until we get a certain percentage of the stocks that come in, and as the stocks come in, there it is. Right here, boom. Okay, we have a few things that we added to this new release today as well. Spies in a bear long down. Let's pull the playbook up really quick. Oops, let me pull that guy. Let me get my playbook going. Yeah, so remember, I'm still long Hughes, I'm still long Apple, I'm still long Google. Waiting in position somewhere into anything today. Let me go here to my. Oh, I moved everything around. That's why. Big strategy, guys, has been moved. Just move things so it's easier to find them. How about this? We'll do the. All right, so today, obviously, we're looking this morning. Non-farms came out. Let's take a look at the payrolls. Remember, bad news is good news when it comes to unemployment. That's what we've been talking about. Let's analyze that today. The forecast was lower, and we came out higher. Remember, any worsening of jobs data, bad news is good news. You hear all your favorite gurus and $20 chat rooms stealing my ideas. I've been saying this all year. Bad news is good news, and now they all echo what we said. But it's nice to come in first all the time, because this was our thesis earlier in the year. Made the trade in July, called the July bottom. You guys are here when I talked about it. We're telling about it here. This is free. You guys can join our Discord for free. You guys can join our community for free. Stop paying for nonsense. You can get nonsense for free here. And that's the best part. All right, let me give you all the Discord link. Join it super quick. I'm going to take an initial play off of the S&P. Get something off that hedge pressure there. I'm going to make some videos today. What is hedge pressure? What is monthly hedge pressure? Just some basic ones, right? Make sure you guys go there. Make sure you smash the like button while you're here. Okay. The idea is that if the payrolls... Okay, so... non-farm payrolls is the change in number of people employed during the previous month. The change, okay? So an example, it's not unemployment is going up. It's the rate of people being employed is coming down. The change. An example is if everybody... Okay, so if the number is high, the number is greater than 0, the change is positive. So here's a graph, right? Change is positive if it's greater than 0. So people are getting jobs. Just at different rates. So if the number goes up, rate goes up. If the number goes down, rate goes down. And you see there's a general trend of basically going down. So essentially the number of people getting jobs, while it's still positive, tapering, right? This becomes 0, this becomes flat. This becomes negative, then people are losing their jobs. Unemployment is going up, right? So as the people getting their jobs is less and less and less, the jobs market is stalling and tapering off. It's a hot jobs market because non-farms are positive. We've been talking about that, right? I mean, you're gonna always have new jobs being created, people going to work and stuff. Even in the past history, you see, you're making more jobs every single print. This data comes out about once a month. The idea is that the forecast was that it was going to be low, and actually a lot more people got their jobs in the forecast. So it was a beat. So whether it's bad news is good news or good news is good news, that was the title of the video. Anything is good news when it comes to the jobs market. You're going to have bulls betting on the healthy economy. You're going to have bears getting out of their shorts when people lose their jobs. I mean, it's kind of a sticky situation for any data. So these jobs numbers have come out, and the good news has been relatively good. Fasted my Google trade. Hopefully it works out for you. Got plenty of time to work. It's likely not going to work out for me. That's okay. Knowing my luck. Okay, let's take a look at the opening market here. You guys smash the like button while you're here really quick. Love you guys. BST on Google. Let's take a look at what that actually means. Well, oops, front and center. So you go to the playbook, right? This shows a liquidity map. Liquidity map shows me where my pivots are today. Here's Google right off the playbook. If you guys have never seen this before, there it is. There's that hedge pressure bounce and rejection back to open. So there's that hedge pressure bounce and rejection back to open. People are so used to shorting this market. It's very easy to see that. It's not a bull signal for me to do anything inside of here. There are no green arrows and there are no supports. It's just to wait. Any downside is the next resistance. The next resistance is likely going to be from yesterday's up. Look at the SPY very quick. DD is 0.7. We're opening outside that risk interval band, so that is the only support I can see for today. Let me pull this up. Risk interval bands, I draw them. They're going to be on the chart pretty soon. The S&P is just selling back off. We hit that red line. Remember, we talk about these all the time. Let me pull this front and center. The resistance. You can see that we had this old yellow line from way back in the. Let me see if I remember what that's from. Oh yeah, so that guy's dead in the water from yesterday. So I have to delete that. Okay. Gone. Look at today's dynamic pivots. This is a red line off of yesterday's drop. We have completed that move, and that's now gone. There's also a line right there. So in the middle of what you're seeing, the market's irrational to the upside here. Chasing a short right now could be suicide. Chasing a long right now could be choppy. I need a long pivot signal to go long. Other than that, I'm not doing anything until we're inside the bands. That's it. We're trade outside the bands. Nasdaq's just jump inside the band right now. Just to kind of start its way into being rational, let's analyze the Nasdaq really quick. And also let's look at the dynamic calcs. So I'm going to show you guys something cool about the dynamics. We have a bot in our Discord, and I'll just go to it right now. In our Discord, the bots are up here. Like I said, click that link, go to our Discord, take a look. Good morning, good morning. Join our free Discord. I'm gonna put them here and show what they look like overnight. So 38, 17, 30, 37. These are the numbers I look for. 37, 17, 37, 53. I'm gonna show you these pivots. This is one of the coolest things we have. It's predicting volume overnight, even overnight. 37, 17. Futures traders are gonna love it. Uh, 37, 53, 37, 43. Okay, 53. The bot calculates all of this. This is from our dynamic model. Comes from an algorithms. Very sophisticated. This is going to be at 37. These numbers right here. It's just these three pivots on the S&P. 37, 40. Let me show you what it does. It's fantastic. We always like to train you guys on how this works. The bot sets them out once a night. They'll soon be inside of Rocket Scooter. But when the price opens here, you are above all the hedge pressures. So you are in that kind of long mode. If you were down here, it would be short. If you're in here, it's kind of both sides. But up here, it's definitely long. So, sorry, let me start over. If you're down here, it's like an S in the playbook. If you're up here, it's a long in the playbook. In the middle, it's particularly both. It could be S or L. And remember, with this in the middle, if you're an L and you're below, it's a down. If you're up here, it's an L or an S, and it's an up. So you have all four possibilities are available in the playbook. It's fairly confusing, I know, if you haven't seen this before. Typically, this is estimating where hedge pressure will likely be in the morning. But overnight, they are razor sharp pivots. I mean, like razor sharp. Okay, and you can see the pivot here and the pivot here in the pre-market, right? So that all options are available. When you have this orientation where dynamics span the price, you're in the middle, and hedge dynamic monthly is in the middle as well. Monthly is that sentiment for the month that goes all the way to the 18th. That's what monthly is. These are your daily hedge pressures today. Looks like we're jumping back to the band, so start looking for your signals now. Inside of here, razor sharp pivots, and razor sharp pivots, and high volume when you touch them. It's really neat how this works, and it uses a dynamic real-time open interest model that is not something anybody has. You have to make it yourself, and it's impossible to know the real-time open interest at any point in time, which is part of the calculation into the hedge pressures, is knowing what options are available and how many there are, you can see that anytime you get close and bounce off of that, you get that huge volume when you start going. Relative to where you were trading down in here, volume spikes as you interact with it. Up here, look at this big volume, 1:30 in the morning, as you get close to dynamic monthly. These pivots are awesome overnight. As a futures trader, in the middle, what I do is I can trade from here to here or here to here unless there's something in the middle, and then I pivot off of it. So in this particular instance, I'd long off the bottom, I'd close right there for a scalp. That's it. Sometimes if they're oriented like this, for instance, then you do just like you would for the playbook. Inside of the band, or basically, okay, if I was opening up here, it's above the range of possible hedge pressures. So it's definitely an L, right? Always backwards, L. L for long, right? It's like being above regular hedge pressure. L, they'll say L. So it's a potential L in playbook. And then of course, with these being above here, it's potential up. So then you can narrow down your possibilities to what a long up would look like. And you can see that a long up is generally longing up a hedge pressure. And the other side of the bull side is also longing up hedge pressure. So if you had that orientation, that example, they're both bullish setups overnight, predicting that before the market even opens. That's the neat part about it. However, with this sandwich in the middle, it's all four different things. It's long, short, up, down, it can be all of them. So it's going to be choppy. And as you see, the market's choppy. You can make those inferences every single time. It's such a cool way to look at the market in the overnight. Just got rational. It sounds like a punk rock song. You know what I mean? Like it just has like a ring to it. Just got rational. Where's that metal song? Just got wicked by Cold. It came out like in the late 90s. One of my favorite metal songs when I was a high schooler. Just got rational. Dun, dun, dun. Dun, dun, dun. Oh yeah, dude, I'm a metalhead. I don't look like it, but yeah. Used to sing in a metal band in high school and in college. I only just jam out to like chill house vibe music because I feel like my real taste in music will definitely scare away the masses. I don't know. You guys are cool as fuck. Y'all might like it. I don't know. Okay, let's look at the S&P. Market's now rational. Let's start looking at what we're going to do. Remember, rational market, don't make any choices. Bear short down. Now let's take a look. Do we want to do anything today? Bear short down is rejection against hedge, rejection against monthly. Anything that breaks through here is quite much of a short squeeze. It's going to continue to go. Anything that hits here and rejects, we call this bear structure back to a reversal side. So we have technically reversed back to the bear side of the S&P. I might be wrong on my timing. I might lose my thesis today. I might be proven wrong. The dynamic hedge pressure high and low levels are fire. They're nice, right? You do you, Matt? Yeah. I know. We'll do one day while I play like my favorite metal playlist. But I will warn you. I listen to some really heavy stuff. And my tastes have changed over the years. When I was a kid, you know, I grew up. My first exposure was to like Anthrax and Metallica, you know, speed metal, 80s hair bands, you know, that kind of stuff. Motley Crue, Pantera when I was starting to become a little more hardcore, and I was a huge Pantera head. And the guys in my band when I was in high school and college, we covered Pantera songs as one of our major crowd draws. I would scream like Phil. And he could play like Dimebag. He could play he was a Pantera. You know how guys that like Rush, they like Neil Peart, they literally play only Neil Peart on the drums and they sound awesome, but they can't play anything else. You know what I mean? It's kind of like the person that can shred on a guitar, you know, can't play an Oasis song to please the crowd. Yeah. Dude, yeah. No way, Danny. Tell me the story. That sounds dope. But yeah, so like, you know, I'm saying about the Neil Peart thing, right? You know, somebody that and they sound really good. The drums, you put them in your jazz band, you put them in your rock band, they can't play like a regular beat. And so the guy I was in a band with, I mean, he could play any Pantera song, any Metallica song, every solo perfect. I mean, perfect. Like he could play Cemetery Gate solo, which is like my favorite Pantera solo, and just make the guitar scream, right? We couldn't play anything else. So when we were writing our own music, we you know, it's kind of like, it's like a lot harder because, you know, when you're good at like familiarity of what you play. But anyways, we did a lot of cover stuff. Okay, so QQ, bear short up. Bear short up here. Rejection, so sandwiched between the two hedge pressures, right? And that is already lost and we're trading down. So when you have hedge pressure breaks, the market is a little bit irrational as well. The irrational side of markets is that hedge pressure breaks are really hard to gauge, and that's what we have today. Remember, guys, check it out. If you have not been to our free Discord yet, please hit it. Please go here. Go here. Stop paying for Discords. You pay for Discords if you want, but you have a free one on top of it. Hit the like button, guys. Let's go. Spam it. Like button. Let's go. Let's go. Show you the irrational rules. I'm gonna give you guys a video to watch. Again, nothing looks appetizing to me. Watch your gurus jump in at the high, short at the low, and nothing looks good to me. Again, right now, I want to wait to see if the market turns long. Resilience is just nosediving. So we're gonna wait to see if something stabilizes. The market's unstable right now. I don't trust anything to do anything yet. I will give you my irrational market target prediction thing. Let's go to trading strategies. Actually, let's go back to, if you go to the main YouTube channel, you will see my pre-market checklist. The pre-market checklist is awesome. I will go through the tricks and tips on how to do that every day. You will need the Rocket Scooter platform. So if you have not checked out the free trial, check out the free trial now. If you do sign up, let you guys know, there is a special, which these two videos are like 5 minutes apiece, I think. It will give you all the tips and tricks. How does Matt know to wake up and sit out? Well, these are it, right? You see everybody wakes up and tries to find plays. I bet you if you go challenge your paid Discord to show your broker statement, they talk their way out of it. And they'll show you historically what they do. Because if you don't know how to sit out properly, you ain't making money in this market. For damn sure. Okay, so we're live. Let's get our link out there. You guys feel free to give that some love. Click the like button, maybe leave a comment, talk about how angry you are at the fact that I had a chair blocking my green screen a second ago. God, so mad. How can you do that to us, Matt? I hate the stream now. Nicole pulled a chair over to sit next to me as we were going over changes to the website. We love you guys that much. That much. Even Nicole's helping out. If y'all haven't met her yet. If y'all came to the huge party we threw for our launch party, we should watch that this morning. While we're waiting for the market to be rational, you want to see how cool Rocket Scooter is? I want to see how cool we kind of can be. Oh yeah, so what do y'all see, you metalheads in here? You kids listen to metal? Market's irrational today. I'm looking for a bull signal. Any reason to go bullish, okay? I'm not going to short the market. It's irrational. Jump back to rational. Today, all that matters is resilience. Are we on the same boat, everyone? Today's a resilience day. The flags that were irrational, we're going to go over them really quick. If you go into our Discord here, our Discord has been reorganized, so I basically put your strategy guides and all that stuff near the top to make it really easy to come to. I'm going to make a couple more of these that'll be quick strategy guides. What's hedge pressure, what's MHP, etc., etc. So maybe in the glossary, another thing would be that every single one of them would have a video to go with it. That'd be kind of cool, right? Your training videos are going to be here to make sure that you get them. We're reorganizing Discord, making it pretty. Watch them all. This is like an hour worth of videos. It's not that long for all of them. It'll get you immediately up to speed. Stop irrational rules, right? These are the rules that are stop and irrational. I'm going to go and reformat that a little later as well. These are the rules. Tell me get out, stay out, don't do anything. Let the market chop around until you get your clean signal. When VIX is doing something, the answer to that is no. We'll cover that later. If ES is up and beyond the risk and roll band, yes. Check 1. Catalyst today, we had non-farms. That non-farms didn't push us into irrational territory. That doesn't count. No. UVXY call wall, we haven't checked that yet. Break of hedge pressure, yes. So we got 2 things and possibly 3. Let's check UVXY. Remember that video is called 10 seconds. How quick was that? Already I make the decision I can sit out and wait for something better. The trick when trading is that you save your capital and you attack those $1 million opportunities that you see. You make a good thesis and you strike at it. I'm gonna tell you something. If my trade plays out, you guys might watch me make close to $1 million total in all my swings in a course of a 2-month period. Nvidia BLU. Okay. So VIX is no call wall, so we're okay. So we're irrational on the hedge pressure break on the S&P. That's it. If the S&P goes back to being bullish, then market's rational. So right now, no entries for me in anywhere in here, but I will chase a long on a hedge pressure break. That's it. I need resilience to be better than 0. Resilience being the tiebreaker at half gap. You can see that right now we're not getting any steam to move past it. Y'all see that? DD being 0.5, the market's not going to want to collapse as easily. This is showing a very strong bull bias in the market. Anything greater than half is bull bias. So this guy is nice and steady-ish right now. If we break back outside of the bands and break this hedge pressure, this is a go, guys, and that's a long. So let's look at Nvidia today. Remember, smash the like button if you can. You'll see how quickly I do that irrational check. It takes 10 seconds once you have all the calculations to know where to look. You can do your pre-planning at the onset of the market opening. And let's find a target on Nvidia. Let's do monthly walls. This is from another one, picking price targets. All of these strategies make you quick and easy to dive in. It's really fun. You're almost like when you're like flying an airplane. You have all these buttons and things to push. Well, we have all these neat things for you to come in here and take a look at. And I love just learning all the different nooks and crannies of how we can use our platform. Nvidia is trading at 129. There is no resistance there. Let's pull up a bigger chart and try to find a gap on Nvidia, right? The gap fills, picking price targets is one of the cool secret trading videos that we made. It's not really secret anymore. We made it public now. But we look for gap fills, one of the first things we do in Nvidia. Price target 145 on a break if it keeps going. That will be something. I'll make a little post here, right? Beat all your gurus to the punch. Glad you guys are here. We love having y'all here. Y'all are some of my favorite people in the world. Some of y'all. A lot of y'all I can't really stand. Let's be honest. That's good, but I understand that you guys probably can't stand me either. Just touche. 145 right here. I'm just kidding. I love y'all to death. Garrett, your apology's not accepted today. Okay, so here's how I do it. 145 gap fill, because that's a gap fill. Right. I always do this to show where I'd put my stop. That's a pretty decent. It's a like almost like a 10-to-1 trade if you put 1 point stop below. Here, plus you also lost maybe a couple points off the run, 39 to 36. So it's about a 3-to-1 trade if one were to jump in from here. Resilience now is positive. Market's gonna flip bullish, guys. Get ready for it. How many gurus out there? How many of them old gurus? Long and at the top, short at the bottom. The old tweet here. I'm loving it. Okay, that made me want some McDonald's. Anyways, I'm in a stupid mood today. This is Nvidia, and it's looking smoking hot. All right, talking about it live today. Shameless plug for the stream. Come on in here. Let's go. All right. Let's go. Let's see what everybody's doing today. Ooh, thank you so much, Rocket Scooter, whoever you are. I love you. Who's the magic saucy cat behind the Rocket Scooter Twitter? Because I love the Rocket Scooter Twitter. Thank you very much. It's almost like the Wendy's Twitter. You're super funny sometimes and you troll people. I love it. Don't ever change mysterious stranger who's running the Rocket Scooter Twitter account. I really don't know who it is, to be 100% honest, you guys. Let's see what we got. It's nice when talking to people stop talking to you. It looks like the trash took itself out. I love Vegas so much, man. She's such a cool cat. She's gonna come on the stream next week and we're gonna have an interview with her, by the way. I just like seeing what people are doing, get a general feel of sentiment. Looks like nobody's really talking about much. See, people get quiet when the market's all crazy. Who's that? Oh, that's Luke. Dude, Luke's my boy. And he's using the Rocket Scooter. Man, I love you, Luke. You're the best. All right. Okay. Give me some retweets here. Thanks, brother. Mel gave me one hell of a shout out last night. This is like literally, I think everyone's given us so much love the last week. We were on the Trading Camp podcast 2 days ago. You get to see me being all transparent about my if y'all listen to this, that was really funny. This was what I was gonna send post that, but I saw that it was going viral the other day. Really funny thing. Oh wait, I'm trying to go to my home, my profile. Mel gave me a shout out last night. It was super sweet. It was like super flattering. There's me in front of my green screen. My camera reset. The funny thing is my camera reset itself right for the interview. They're waiting for me to get started. And my Logitech cameras reset. They reset all the settings. I'm looking hella red. That was the bailout, so it seemed like a no-brainer. I'm looking hella pink, right? The lighting, and so essentially the white balance is off. If you know anything about cameras, white balance is a big thing when it comes to once you get your exposure level set. You're making things brighter or dimmer. Hues can shift to more of like a redder or a greener or whatever tone. So white balance is to like bring you back. As you play with your settings, the last thing you usually do is like a white balance to get you, like if I change mine right here, let's see what it looks like. I may not remember when I have it set at 50 through 30. Look, if your white balance is way over here, you start to turn orange. If it's way over here, you start to turn like blue and red. So that something was like way off. And I just never played with it, but in front of the green screen, because my exposure was set to auto, which I never do, the Logitech reset the settings, so it was auto exposure, therefore it was auto white balancing, and the contrast between myself and the green. Apparently the AI of the fucking camera decided to turn me a little pink, and so I look like a tomato, I think, during the interview. Came here from the TCP podcast. Kevin, welcome to the stream. Okay, by the way, you guys, do me a favor, because we're waiting for market. Market's nice and bullish. I'm long Google, long Apple, long Qs. That's it. That is it. I haven't added to my position yet, but I'm in and I'm ready for it to run. Make sure everybody you go here really quick. Is resistance the yellow line or gray? Resilience. Let me show it to you really quick. Rocket Scooter, get the platform, and I'm going to go through some of the training videos to you today. We're going to stream for about an hour here on YouTube. I want every single one of you after the stream. We're going to go to YouTube. We're going to go from YouTube to Zoom and actually go into some non-entertaining, more very serious, very decent. We're going to train over everything. We're going to have a full live training. We're going to go through A to B. Record it, post it, everything. Pick up Parkway Drive. Yeah, I've heard of them. They're great. Absolutely. I've heard them. They're great. You thought Zag ran the Twitter? They hand it off. There's a bunch of people that run the Twitter. So I don't know who it is sometimes. Between the Buried and Me, love them. Know who they are. We'll go back to the metal stuff. Dark Throne, hell yeah. You guys like some good stuff. Danny Carey drummers, dude, one of the best drummers ever. And Danny Carey's like one of the nicest guys ever. He's like super awesome. Have you ever met him or seen or talked to him a lot in person? I was reading y'all's comments from earlier. Haven't seen Zag around. Zag is, he's still around. He's working with another group that we're very close with as well, helping them get off the ground. He's just being super helpful to everybody. Trust me when I tell you we have big plans. Our team is still intact. I'm working on other things. Zag and a couple of people are somewhere else helping them build something, and we'll be working with them later. I'll give you a hint. Okay. It's going to be huge for us. So you will see the band reunited at some point. We're just dividing and conquering it at this stage of the game. Not revealing everything we're making or doing for y'all, but it's gonna be huge. What's up, Kobe? Good. Looking for imbalance between the 377, 379 SPY, the possible reversal. Yeah, I am looking for the market to be in reversal mode still. I think we're gonna rally through the rest of the year. I think that we're not gonna pass through the bottom. Volatility is in decay. The VIX is in complete decline. This is great. I'm expecting things to move higher today, and it's looking hella hot. So this is good. Bull market's back, guys. I'm really thinking it. I got QQQ 310 December 9th calls. 310, not that far away. We got Google December 9th 100 calls. A little more aggressive November 22nd 110 calls. I think those are going to be a loss, to be honest. I might reposition those if we get a couple days rally and I can pull some premium out of them. I might just take the cash out and put it into something a little longer. And I got Apple November 18th, which is Apple price right now. About 140 on Apple. This one's a little aggressive too. 160 for the 18th. I don't know if it's going to get there. And again, I think that one might be a loss. But the other half of my Google, the December 9th, that'll hit. The Qs, that'll hit. That's it. I can decide if I want to buy anything else now or add to any of those positions to make them a little more aggressive. If you guys, okay, so let's answer your questions. If you're here from the Trading Camp podcast, welcome to the first time. Here's how it works. I posted a link in chat. Scroll up. Rocket Scooter is the name of our algorithmic platform. We have a scanner. It helps you find plays. You can pick a playbook you want. This is how it works. I will walk you guys through it. Today we'll have a really detailed training session, so I want everybody to come to it. Maybe an hour long. We'll cover everything. The algorithm gives you letters. The letters match a code. You get this from the Discord. The code tells you how the market's likely going to behave. BSD, BSD, BSD. Market is going to reject hedge pressure and likely come back lower. And you see it's rejecting hedge pressure. It's color coded. There's yellow, there's yellow, there's blue, there's blue. Hedge pressure. What is hedge pressure, you may ask? So our technologies and liquidity map, it's a super indicator. It's an algorithm that gives you the letters. The super indicator, as we call it, is a mix of a bunch of indicators. Now, what it does is it will give you a whole view of all the pressures that are going on in the market right now. What we do with bull zone and bear zone, our technology does something that nobody else does. We isolate market maker options from the order flow as it's coming through. Okay, as the day progresses, we have a spread of risk at the start of the morning. We run the calculation once in the morning to give you the risk profile for the day. These do not change. That's the best part. They're the same all day long. As options continue to flow and change, walls and hedge pressures and all these things can move around for tomorrow. And this is called dynamic. So we have a dynamic calculation, which right now is crunching numbers to calculate them for tomorrow. So here's the tally for today. And this is what we have. Bull zone is a place in the market where there were many more bulls than there are bears. Our algorithm has determined that in this particular instance, the market was illiquid for bulls to be long the market. Market makers had to short against the bulls because the market was illiquid, and therefore market makers buy the calls. If we find market maker calls by our algorithm, then we know there are actual bulls here, so the market becomes bullish at 379. If it rallies into 378, it's not bullish yet. So it keeps you from being tricked by longing in the bear side. And that's the beautiful part. You're not chasing along, chasing a short. Whoever shorted here, also silly, because the market is neither bullish nor bearish. It's bear, bull, bear, bull. It's choppy in here. And we know that even before the market opens because the market's irrational. Here's your proof, right? It's neither bullish nor bearish. I'm waiting for a break to the bull side or break to the bear side, whatever I want to do. The short side trade from the bear short down ends at the call wall, which is support. You're pivoting between support and resistances. Calls are support, puts are resistance. You look at the boundary between the two of them. I don't know why my pencil's not opening up for some reason. I can draw on the chart. Task manager. It's a standalone app, Sam Smith. Standalone. This is a 100% standalone app. By the end of the year, you'll be trading through our platform with your broker. Whatever broker you have, we're going to add them one at a time. So you'll be able to trade through Tradeovate, Ninja Trader, TD Ameritrade, TradeStation, you name it. That's what we're building right now. By the end of the year, that's our push. We may go over, but that is our target. So that's what we want. So you'll be able to log in and trade through your platform, but we have charting and scanner and watch list and all that stuff for you to do here. Plus all the tools that are coming, these revolutionary ideas that we try to have. We have an AI trade planner that lets you trade, plan your trade before you make it. It'll tell you your risk, your reward, the probability of your trade actually working based on historic back testing against the same setups under the same volatility conditions, machine learning, AI, everything. It's gonna be the most sophisticated platform with nobody in a close second of any level of sophistication of what we're building. We spent years building server infrastructure to handle machine learning and real-time data analytics from real-time data flows. Portfolio management tool, trade journaling, everything. That's all in the pipeline. Nvidia's ripping, you called it? Okay, thanks. Why is my pencil not opening so I can draw on screen? It just, I click the button and it cycles. I need to really build my new computer. By the way, let me show you guys some things. Okay. People say, who's Danny Carey? Who's Danny Carey? He's the drummer for Tool, and he's literally the world's nicest guy. Literally. Tool is literally one of the best bands ever. Guys, let me show you something. The best trading computer in the history of retail day traders. I'm building it right now. The total amount spent on this computer is over $12,000. I collected parts over the years to build it. I waited for 13th gen Intel to come out to buy the rest. Let me log into my Instagram here. I don't want you to see my password. Don't judge me. It's I love kittens. Password is incorrect. What? Okay, whatever. I'm gonna log into the Rocket Scooter one. Okay. So this is what I'm gonna be building. I'm gonna work on it today and this weekend. It is a 2-system build in one machine. One machine, the Fantex Enthoo, will hold 2 motherboards, and it is using a Z690 Extreme motherboard here for the big main computer that's doing all the work. And they have an encoding system that I'm building. It's a mini ITX. It's about this big, and it anchors into the top of the screen, and it's going to be a super duper water cooled system. I've got all the pieces. I've got distro plates, I've got reservoirs, I've got lighting, tubing. It's all gonna be custom. I'm gonna build this weekend. In a while, I've got, you know, DDR5 RAM, that's just coming out. I've got a power supply that powers 2 ATX motherboards at once. So it's a power supply that has 2 ATX 10 set cables. So all this is going into it. I got the Hydrodot stuff. This is really cool for water cooling. We are collapsing. My trades are taking off. So anyways, what it's going to do is there's going to be one system that's going to crunch everything you see on the screen. I'm powering 8 monitors. So I'm going to get, I have 7 monitors that I'm going to have. 6 of them for my trading. 1 of them as a monitor, a literal monitor for the second computer, and then my tablet right here for me to draw on. So y'all have to see me draw with my mouse. My handwriting's horrible. Anyways, I'm gonna massively overclock it, custom water built. I have two 3080 Ti's. I bought these things during COVID. They're like 3 times the value. Now you can get them for normal price, but anyways. And yeah, so that's what I'm building, and this is all the stuff I'm doing for that. The little encoding part of the computer is like about this big. It'll anchor in the side. It also has water cooling tied to it, just the CPU. It'll take a capture card, so one computer will output a video feed to another computer, and that little one will just crunch this stream that you see right here and send it out. So that way I don't get that stuttery effect as one computer is doing all the work. That's it. I'll be building that this weekend. I'm making a computer build video to show off how I build it. Okay, a couple more things. You did not come to the launch party that we had celebrating Rocket Scooter's launch. It was hella cool. I want to show you guys how fun we are. We're actually very nerdy, but if it's too loud, let me know. They're a massive house party. I'm so proud of everything. This is the Rocket Scooter launch party. Yeah, the SPX. Yo, what's up? What's up? Ready? Nail it, dude. We had a live band. There's a guy playing a cello at the party. We had like, I don't know, 7,500 people. People are showing up all day, all night. We were doing karaoke, singing. We went out. We got 2 tables at the club. Everybody from Rocket Scooter flew out. All the employees, all the partners, everyone. Massive event. We had this, it was like last month, September. That was a really fun month because we got to see, it was all the partners, the COO, the product quality steward, even Torch. Torch is there. There's pictures of him. All my friends. There's Matty Money in the back. He's a YouTuber. Houston. All their friends just chilling. Y'all might have saw fake Pear Bear in some of those pictures. Y'all might have saw Slacks in some of those pictures. The Rocket Scooter team through a massive party. We're gonna do it once a year. Actually, we're gonna host an event once a year. Almost like I would say like a meetup or a conference. We're gonna have something where it's just educational, but a big party. We do throw the best parties, if you guys didn't know. Did too loud music, oh my bad. We throw awesome parties. At least I do. If you ever ask Simply Sim and Mona when they came to town, we threw a party for them, and it was pretty dope too. Can't lie, nerds do the best. I know! Nerds, we do it the best! Emilio right there. Emilio came out. It was so much fun, but we didn't think it was going to be that big. Because honestly, I don't have a lot of friends. Let's just be real. I was like, her family. Okay, so let's look. Spy's back in irrational territory. Let's get back to being a little more. Pay attention here. I'll tell more story of the party while I'm looking at the market here. So Spy, let's give you a quick turnaround of what the market's doing. We're going to look for the market being rational. Remember, the 5 checks are very simple. You can pre-prep for them. I'm going to put my Thinkorswim front and center. And by the end of the year, everything will be in Rocket Scooter. That's why we want you guys to support what we're doing and building. You know, we just hired 2 new engineers for the team. So we have a whole development team that is now running 3 different sprints at one time. That's why every week we have new releases in Rocket Scooter. We used to release features about once a month, remember back in the day? Now we're releasing features once a week. We're accelerating our growth because we're exploding in growth. You guys are giving us a lot of traction. We love it. So thank you so much for being here and supporting the development of our algorithmic platform. Our goal is risk management to teach traders when to sit out, when not to play, when not to be silly. You're tired of gambling and following your paid trade rooms as they whittle your account to zero. I know the feeling. People get a little, and COVID created a legion, a generation of educators who are probably just one lesson ahead of you while they teach you, which isn't a bad thing, but a lot of them are posing as experts, and a lot of times it's confusing. You think you're diving into something good, and it takes you a long time to realize you're spinning your wheels. Unfortunately, your account's probably gone at that point. We don't do call outs here. We don't tell you what to trade. We train you on how to trade. You will learn trading as you're supposed to as a day trader or a swing trader or a position trader or whatever. So the 5 things I do to check rational markets. I have videos here. I want y'all to look at them. On our main page, I have them organized into different areas. We're trying to make them cool and fun looking, but in reality, this is what you have. Trading strategies, they're all going to cover one thing, okay? This is the doomsday indicator. These are how I pick my profit targets whenever I'm moving the market whenever the market's moving. Where do I put my outlet target is? Where do I put my stops? I'm going to have videos for every single one of them. And each one of our indicators will have a video. These are like 10 or 15 minutes. Sorry, 10 minutes or less in length. That's it. The pro tips are going to be almost like the combination of, and I think I want to put this one there as well. The pro tips are going to be like a combination of multiple things. So I want to do each trading strategies like indicator, 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 indicator. I'm going to reorganize it probably. And this is like irrational markets. This looks at 5 things to see if the market's irrational. So it goes over each one of them. So you would click it. While it's playing, there are little cards that'll take you to the areas that will show you each one of them. If you have any questions, you can say we're here. Introduction. This is rule number 1, the VIX risk interval rule. This is rule number 2. These are rules that tell you to sit out and not do anything. That's how I know to sit out. So each one of these, you can watch them and learn them and reference them all the time. If Matt says stay, we're outside the doomsday band, you can say, oh, doomsday band. Oh, let's go here. Let's watch it. Okay, what's going on with the doomsday band? How does this work? Okay. And then you can watch it, and I'll go through how to calculate it and things like that. So we'll make it easy. The Discord we're reorganizing, so it's easier to find that stuff. First thing I do every morning is I check to see if the market's rational. If you guys don't mind, smash that like button. If it's your first day here, hello, hello. Welcome to the stream. We're glad to have you. I'm gonna put my glasses on. I'm just gonna be reading. I believe I look sexy in my glasses, but I don't like to wear them on the stream. It gets too like glary. Because I'm getting old, so you know we have to really, you know, understand that our eyes aren't working anymore. The way this pullback is way too similar to 2008 Kobe. I agree, especially on the weekly time frame. I really think that the market is primed for a really nasty bear slide after the new year. The market is just so liquid right now; it's having a hard time crashing. Employment numbers. Bad news is good news. Good news is good news. Okay. The check of irrational is very quick. In VIX, the way that we do it, and I'll go over Playbook as well. So we have calculations. If you guys want to start at the top, we have a suite of indicators and tools that we've built. And this is before Rocket Scooter was even a thing. We started as a community of engineers that got together, and we're deciding to essentially hack the market or crack the market or find things that are automatable in the market, repeatable things that are not technical analysis. The people that started this group, we believe that technical analysis was the biggest scam ever sold to traders in general. Not to spit anybody's face or techniques. The way it's sold is that it predicts the market. The way that it's sold is it can show you where markets overbought and oversold, and those couldn't be further from the truth. Those are bold-faced lies. They've never made you money, and you guys all know that. If you've made money trading, you made money trading because you bought or sold. You don't need the training wheels on top of price. Now you can use them, but the only indicators that were ever valuable to us are ones that show where volume could be. Volume is the wave of the future. All of our indicators, now 4 from there, were designed to predict where volume will be. So we came through, hold on a second. Hey. So all of our indicators were designed to predict where volume could be at a price in the future. So if you hit a certain level, there can be volume there. It's not when these averages cross over really long the market. I mean, you're skipping so many steps. I got a signal that's long. Wait, what? Oh, whoa. Up, slow down. My green and pink lines are overlapping. All in long, baby. Ooh, right? Silly. The indicator should tell you what something is going to do. Like the market's going to pivot. Okay. Your averages cross over, market should pivot. Okay, that's what you say. Not markets crossing over, it's a long signal. Stupidity. That's not a signal to do anything. It's a signal to look at the market now. Okay, now it's time to act. Now, how do I act? Right? It's skipping all those steps and just telling you my trapezoid and my triangle point in this angle, and now it's time to all in short. I mean, it's stupid, right? And not to make fun of you if you bought it or played with it, but it's missing so many steps. You can't just take some colored box and turn it into an action. So we decided to get you to that level to say, these are the areas where volume can be when you get there. What's the probability up or down? Should I long? Should I short? And those are the decisions you can't make in technicals. Technicals also do not know when to turn themselves off. That was a big point that we made in the podcast, is that if market's trucking along and all of a sudden a huge, you have this nasty bear signal, everything is, all your averages are pointing down and diverging, your MACD's diverging, all of a sudden a catalyst comes up and the market flies 100 points against you. It might take 20 minutes for those averages to cross over. Now they're playing catch up as the price is moving so much faster than the averages are. So there's a time when a catalyst happens where markets can gap or move around, and then those averages are suffering behind. Plus, open to close, you have a whole 16-hour period of the market not even being on, but those averages are acting like it's a continuous market. I mean, you can't have things that don't know when to turn themselves off. So then you don't know when to sit out. So the two major flaws is it tries to predict the market and tell you where to act in one giant swoop, kind of removing you from it. And then another thing is that it tries to, the second thing I said is it doesn't know when to turn itself off. It doesn't know to tell you, hey, by the way, sit out today. Don't do a long or short. They're always trying to guide you long, short, long, short. There's no, hey, sit out today because of this magic recipe of indicators. The fact that it doesn't have that means it doesn't have risk management built into it inherently. That is a flaw. So that's the problem, right? Can I show resilience? Yeah. So let's get back to the market here. I will guide you through some of the things of what we built. The first thing I do every day is I check if the market's rational or irrational. If the market is irrational, I do not trade. Everybody go here really quick and go to the Rocket Scooter Discord, and you can have access to all this stuff. There's a couple steps. They'll get you into a 7-day free trial. Nail that. Jasmine, way to go. Look at the dollar, very bullish equities. I agree. I very much agree. How do you choose 310 for QQQ? There are no walls at that price target. I got it from a monthly map. On Qs. So there's my Nvidia chart we did the other day. Let's look at Qs. It was from when I first did it, it was here, and 310 is actually in this gap fill here. I know it's very aggressive. Wait, did I say 310? Hold on, let me double check. Yeah, 310s. So it's kind of far, but it's not too far. And like I said, I'm deciding if I want to reposition to that. So when I decided to enter in my Qs, it was from right here. I was looking at the Qs, and the next gap fill that seemed appetizing was 310. I was being hyper aggressive on that. So as it was falling, I was buying those 310s to bet that we at least rally to fill the gap. Now that's a little aggressive now that we've sold off, but what I might do is whenever I get to some kind of equilibrium, or at least the next week or two, I might reposition to a longer date out. At the time, the math was pretty good for 310, but as you see when I did the map 2 days ago, 300 was that limit. So now, when I mentioned yesterday on the stream, was that after I get a couple days up, I might reposition into either 300s for that date, right? Because obviously there's a wall there, or I'm going to redo the map and see if there's anything that's better, or go longer out in time. So this is how you do monthly maps. Again, you guys are asking some questions, really cool. On Qs, 270 is a wall on monthly side as well. So 270 is going to be a hard break to get through by the 18th. We have plenty of days to get there, but if we start squeezing further, then it actually might change the map really drastically. So we'll have to see after we push through 270 if we do, so I can see what it looks like. Okay. Is there any additional charge for data feed? Nate, no, there's not actually. Sorry, I didn't see your question. The $100 a month, our platform is $200. Let's just start over for here. Platform is $200 a month. For the first 1,000 people that sign up, which we're getting close, it is going to be $100 a month, grandfathered in forever. So you'll never have a price raise. So most people here have been joining that program, And it's just this grandfathered in, that $100 a month, majority of it pays for your data. You get real-time data. So you don't have to have TradingView and pay for their data feeds. We'll give you the data feeds with it. That will also include stock data, options data, futures data when we get all that stuff available to you. And that price will never go up. Plus the platform, plus all the tools, plus everything we ever make in the future, plus the Discord, all the training, all the features of a trade room that you can see out there. You probably pay for a Discord. We give to you for free on top of the platform. So it's $100. Okay. Hey, what's up, you guys? So be sure to go to rocketscooter.com and go to the Discord. There's actually a free trial for 7 days, and it doesn't even ask for a credit card. So there's no reason for all of you to not be trying it out right now to play along. It just asks for a phone number, so you can literally just go in there. It takes 1 minute to sign up. You don't have to pull out your credit card. It won't secretly charge you at the end. I know a lot of people do that. Hey, join our free trial. You input all your payment information, then you forget to cancel and they charge you. You know, we don't even do sleight of hand like that. We don't even ask for a credit card. We're that confident that you're gonna check out the platform and stay. And pretty much everyone does. So just go in, check it out. Have fun. So that's the link. Go there, check out the free trial. Okay, here's the next target and SPY. First and foremost, you have to decide if the market's rational or irrational. And the way that you do that is you go over here into our Discord. Once you join, quick strategy guides will get you there. Liquidity map is going to give you the access to the playbook that has each of the maps in it. And the maps will match the letter codes that you see on the screen. If it's a BRLD for SPY, then BRLD has this look right here, where I'm expecting the market to reject hedge pressure and reject monthly hedge pressure. So this is monthly options. This is all other options. If you break through monthly hedge pressure, that's what's called a gamma squeeze. So our program will show you and predict the level where gamma squeeze takes place. If you break through the yellow, then it goes to the highest put wall in the zone. So there is no shorting on the other side of monthly. As you see, we're breaking through monthly right now. Anytime you touch hedge pressure, there's a volume spike. You see this volume spike right here as you're, sorry, let's go through all of them. Any one of our calculations, the edges of the wall zones, hedge pressure monthly, and half gap. Each one of these is volume. You're here is volume. You're here, there's volume. This volume is predictable here and predictable here. This is the next generation of trading indicators. Because if they show you where volume will be, and volume will be, if you turn your head this way, it's a volume profile before it even happens. That is the trick. This is a high volume node. This is a high volume node. But it's not volume profile based on yesterday's volume. It's volume profile tomorrow based on the volume that hasn't happened yet. It's predicting where volume will be. So as a trader, you now have tomorrow's volume profile today. That's the big selling point. We predict tomorrow's volume profile today. So people using volume profile, this little on the side of their chart, is using yesterday's volume at places where people might not still even be positioned in. Hedging, the reason that this is a order flow burst is because this is the net maximum order flow from Delta hedging on market maker options, options sold to market makers. This is one sold on the monthly side. Anytime you touch them, there's high volume. So now I've isolated SPY into just a few action points. Everything else in here is worth nothing to me. So in the liquidity map, just boils everything down to like the 2 or 3 places where action is going to take place for the day. So I'm not longing too early, shorting too early, chasing the long at the bottom like all those Twitter gurus did, or chasing the short at the bottom like the Twitter gurus today, chasing the long at the open. In liquidity map, bear long down, I expect it to hit hedge pressure and pull back, monthly hedge, just like that. And at the start of the day, it did, it hit that and pulled back. Anytime you break through a hedge pressure, it causes a delta or gamma squeeze in the other direction. Market's irrational. I sit out and do nothing. Now my eyes perk back up because now we're getting into an area where it might rally. In the bear long down, there is no long off of blue, so I didn't take the long here. And now we're playing against monthly hedge pressure. Any breakthrough here has no resistance until the highest put wall in the zone. Okay. Which, if you see, there are none, except for the one it's at now. Actually, sorry. The highest put wall in the zone, the resistance is here. This is very good instruction, and you see how accurate it is? It's actually pretty cool, right? Now, this doesn't predict the stock market. This is just showing where volume will be, and without a catalyst, it can just ebb and flow nice and clean because you have no reason for it to jolt the other way around. Now, we did have the non-farms this morning cause the market to move. The market opens irrational. Do you stay out all day? No, when it jumps back inside the bands, then the market is considered rational again. I'm back to playing. Great question, DCM. We teach you guys when the market opens irrational, you could just get out, stay out, and close down for the day and not have to look at anything. But if you still want to sit there and look, you have to not act until the market's back to being rational. Rational markets mean that volatility is stable. It means that the liquidity is easily found. Irrational market, by definition, means the market maker cannot find and cannot determine where liquidity is very easily. Bids are really wide. Market makers are all over the place with their bid and ask, their quotes, everything. So irrational market, or a rational market, means everyone can kind of see where liquidity is very easily. That's how that works. When do long gamma squeezes? Okay, here's how it works. Any monthly hedge pressure break or hedge pressure break to the upside, I find any excuse I can to be a bull. There are, if you look at any particular run over a length of time and you look at the daily chart, here's a trick called the candle count trick. There are roughly 3 green candles for every 2 red candles on a daily chart historically in any bull run. It's 3 to 2, 3 days up, 2 days down. On average, you can look at month of time, a year of time, 2 years of time, 10 years of time. It's roughly that. For 5-day weeks, 3 days up, 2 days down. In a bear market, every bear market, we looked at all of them over the last, I don't know, 50 years. Any run of time, 1 green day, 1 red day, 1 green day, 1 red day. It's 50-50. It's literally 50-50, and even more so, most of them we counted had even more green candles than red, slightly to the like 52-48 kind of thing. So there's never really a period of time except for a straight out market crash, which are very rare. Even in the 2008-2009 collapse, the market crash was towards the end. I think it was like September of 2009, where there was like 2 weeks of just selling, sell with lower lows. But the majority of that bear market, it was 1 day down, 1 day up, 1 day down, 1 day up. So over the course of all days, the trick is this. There's more green candles than red candles at all times. Over the history of the stock market, there's more green than red. In a bull run, there's more green than red. 3 to 2. In a bear run, it's 50-50. But even so, there's never more red than green. So your mind should never be, I need to short this market and let it fall. Your mind should be, I need to sit out till it's bullish. And that's how I trade. That's it. This is work day trading options. I'm day trading options right now. Absolutely firm plan. It was designed for options traders. And right now, we do a thing called monthly map, which shows you how to pick a price, how to pick your time target, your expiration, everything. We teach you how to trade options the right way. And I'll show you guys all that. If you guys join the program, the free trial, after I get off this call on YouTube, I promise I'll take you guys to Zoom, which is what all of our members do. We usually stream for an hour, which is almost up. Then we go to Zoom, and in Zoom, we have a very strong educational session that's a lot less, entertaining and just silliness on the stream here. So everybody go to rocketscooter.com, get the free trial, then go to our Discord, and then wait. I'm going to publish a Zoom link. I want you all to come. Appreciate it. When do I long SPY on a gamma squeeze? I would long anytime you break through hedge and you break through hedge again on the bull side. I find every excuse to be a bull. I will long here or long here. Now the problem though is that if you look at liquidity map, it's not a terrible place to long as long as volatility is collapsing, and volatility is completely collapsing. This is a gamma squeeze, and this is a monthly gamma squeeze. This is back to bull structure. Whatever nonsense we had on the FOMC, it's now fighting bull structure. Now let's look at monthly resilience, right? This is going to be the tiebreaker at S&P's hedge pressure. So a neat thing that we have is that when you approach hedge pressure, there's a massive gamma burst in both ways. Which way is it going? What you look for are 2 signs. Number 1 is when that volume spikes up and starts to decline like it is now. When volume is declining, what side are you on? You're on the positive side. Check. Now when the volume comes, when the volume goes away. If you're on this side, then it just starts to speed up as long as there's no counter volume. Number 2 is resilience is a tiebreaker at this level. This is the sum of all stocks in the index, and they're hedging around their own monthly hedge pressure. So if you thought hedge pressure was cool enough to predict volume on the S&P, which it does, look right here. Look at that big volume spike, almost as much as the open. Imagine if we took all 500 companies in the S&P and we looked at their hedge pressures all at once. And are they breaking through, breaking down, rejecting, bouncing? What's the market cap change or implied change from the hedging of all 500 stocks? That's the brilliance of resilience. This is the tiebreaker here. This is positive, then the sum of the stocks in the index are all gamma squeezing to the north side. The sum of market cap is expanding beyond hedge pressure. It's not anywhere else. It's above or below. It's a rate. So if this is negative, then the stocks, the market cap is being hedged lower from hedge pressure. If this number is positive, then the market cap is expanding. So the fact that monthly resilience is positive, that's a second sign that that's supporting as well. So all day long, when monthly resilience is less than 0, it's just telling me that this is resistance somewhere on the south side of it. The S&P is very much tracking the stocks right now. So this is a break to the upside, as we said earlier, right? So the white resilience is the tiebreaker at the half gap as well. So when this number is negative, then that's expected to be resistance. This number is positive, above 0, then half gap is support. And tell all of our new viewers here, existing Rocket Scooter members, don't let me say it. How many times have you ever seen resilience be wrong? I want y'all to say it. Oh, thank you very much, Nicole fan. Appreciate it. You don't wait for MHP to go positive. Right now, it's very safe to be long with a 1-point stop here, in my opinion. My Qs are just screaming, making some cash today. Sandy Hack, 56% on SPY. Thank you, Rocket Scooter, and great run on Amazon this morning. Sandy Hack. One of my favorite new members. Jumped in, like, I want to learn trading, and she's learning trading. How are you enjoying yourself? Are you liking it? You liking that you feel confident? Risk management. So how many times has resilience ever been wrong? Somebody says so far never. Resilience is never wrong. Resilience is worth the price of Rocket Scooter alone. Resilience, the first thing you learn, does not lie. You guys are saying it right there. Please explain how you choose price target for QQQ. Yeah. Day one here, Kevin Nicole just made 50%. You're here for it. What's up, man? Appreciate it. Okay. Resilience is never wrong because it can't be. The S&P tracks the stocks in the index. Okay. The S&P will trade on its own. For instance, SPY will trade on its own and sometimes deviate from the stocks in the index. This will show you if the S&P has that deviation. They will always converge at some point. This is arbitrage between the two. It's nothing at all related to any of those other types of indicators that show the market ticking up or down, advance and decline. This, very simply, I've explained many different times, is that when you're at the half gap, for instance, when the S&P is at the half gap, the open and close of the previous day is always high volume. High volume is where sellers and buyers will be. So in the middle, the market can pivot between buyers and sellers all the time, as it's called the redistribution zone. If there's an imbalance, market makers gap the price up because there's a buy imbalance. And so now you know we're going to have sellers and buyers at, you have a big range for them to find buyers and sellers if the market needs to, they need to redistribute that imbalance for the next day. So say the market maker gobbled up 500,000 shares. Now they need to find a place to sell them. They're going to raise price, look for sellers, or lower price, look for buyers until they're neutral. And this redistribution zone is an act of going neutral. That's it. So this is a market maker thing just to kind of stabilize that imbalance and gap the price. And half gap is the middle ground between those buyers and sellers. Okay. So if all the other stocks are at the same place, you know that if you are above half gap, the next appropriate thing that it's going to resist against, minus everything else on the chart, is the open and close price, right? So above half gap, the open is going to be resistance. As you see with the S&P where my mouse is, there's clearly resistance off the open. Right, you see this? There's a lot of resistance off the open. And now when the open becomes support, that's very bullish. Anytime the open price becomes support, you trade higher, a little bit of volume, it's always bullish in general, minus anything else. That's just trading 101. Anytime the closing price becomes resistance, it's bearish. It's just a general pivoting sense, right? Lifetime is wonderful. You learn so much after losing more than 200K before you. That was before you joined. I remember you told me your story. So when you joined, after you came from somewhere, lost a lot of cash. Sandy's cool. Her and I had a long talk. And I remember when I talk to people, and it's like, I'm not even a salesperson either. I usually tell people, I'm like, are you sure trading's for you? Like, I'm really honest with everybody. I'm not like, let's close the deal. And I remember Sandy's like, yeah, I just retired. You know, I'm just chilling. I'm having a good time. I started trading. I was losing cash where I came from. And I think I said, I was like, are you sure you want to go through with this? I really try to understand everybody that joins the group. And she's like, yeah, I want to do this. And I said, okay, you're gonna have to study and learn a lot and make sure you learn all the risk management stuff first. You learn how to sit out first and all that. So make sure that I'm glad to see you loving it here. We chatted for a long time. Yeah, absolutely. So I really like to make sure trading is what people want to do before they even join our group as well. And I've always been that way. I know we could probably be 10 times bigger if I didn't actually care, but you know, I do like to make sure everybody understands what they're getting themselves into. It's the whole point of being risk management. Okay. So anyways, resilience, if I look at where the sum of the stocks are relative to their redistribution zones, if the stock is trading below, for instance, pretend this is Apple. Let's put up something right here. Apple is something I am holding right now. If Apple's right here, remember, Apple gapped up and Apple closed down here. Anytime you pass through the open or close price, there's always volume. See right here where my mouse is? See where we closed? This is another thing too. Where my mouse is over here to the right, you see where we passed through where that closing price was? Look at that volume spike. We will teach you every way to isolate and find volume. That's the best part about here. We're the only people that'll do that for you. Volume allows me to see that Apple, as I said earlier, is now sitting at the previous day's close price. And if it starts trading below here, it's considered bearish. So be very careful on Apple. See how the market just capitulates below that close price the previous day? That's what happens. Now, another thing to note is that at the half gap, the pivot goes between open and close. This is the halfway point between open and close. So if Apple is falling below half gap, its next potential stopping point is to be hedged to the gap fill. This distance is called the implied move. If Apple has moved from here to here, then the resilience algorithm will say Apple needs to move from here to here to find buyers. That's the implied move that hasn't happened yet. The implied move will change the S&P's market cap ever so much. And when you sum up all the implied moves, you look at that rate of change, you will see that this is telling you what all the stocks are doing. This means all the stocks, when you balance them out, the majority of the market cap is supporting half gap and filling the gap up to the upside. As long as resilience is greater than 0, then the S&P is filling its gap to the upside. And people here have said resilience is never wrong, because the S&P tracks the sum of the stocks more than anything. So if the stocks start moving first, for instance, right here, as some of the stocks are moving higher, the minute at 9:58 in the morning, enough market cap is moving above half gap to fill the gap to the upside. So S&P, half gap is support or resistance when this is above 0, below 0. That's it. That's literally it. So it's arbitrage. In this example, there was no lead. Most of the time it's leading. It can lead by hours and give you a signal that's hours ahead of time. But today, the market actually was just on par. So when we got to the half gap right here, it was slightly positive, but very quickly it went negative. So as you see, it didn't really give me much of a signal, but that's because when markets are irrational, your signals are fuzzy. And today we opened irrational anyways. So this didn't really do much for me as a trade idea, but right here did. And I wish I had my marker here because my pencil thing is not opening. Oh, let me close it down in task. There you go. Open up, dude. Where you at? It's hidden on my screen somewhere, and I think that's where it is. Oh, there it is. I found it. Okay. At this moment in time right here, resilience is positive. At this moment in time, that's now support. That's all it says. And when resilience is positive, we expect the S&P to fill its gap, which it did. Here's a trade idea number 1. Okay, that's all resilience does. It's arbitrage between the S&P and the sum of the stocks inside of it. Number 2 is liquidity map is another thing. Liquidity map is a combination of our hedge pressure, monthly hedge pressure, and market maker walls. These are market maker options that now define the market into bull and bear territory. This is positive gamma hedging on the monthly scale. This is positive gamma hedging on the daily scale and the weekly scale. So these are using weekly options. This is using monthly options only. This is your institutional sentiment. This is your sentiment indicator. If you want to know if the market's bullish or bearish, it's very simple. If you're above here, it's called bull structure. It means that all hedging, if everyone just didn't do anything, and it was just algorithms hedging month-long positions that expire on the 18th of November, just trading from institutions is like on a month-to-month gauge. If the hedging is structured bullish, then it's going to get a large, stronger wave to go forward. Now, we opened in bear structure because of all the last couple of days. So the market is fighting right here to determine what it's going to do for the next month. So today, that fight's going to be established and settled. So today, be very careful. There's a volume spike as we're re-challenging monthly hedge. This is right at 0. The market is very split right now what it's going to do. Now, resilience on hedge pressure is the same thing as a tiebreaker at yellow. If that thing was positive, above 0, like way above 0, and S&P was down here, then I would long to bet that we break through it. It's a tiebreaker predictor for the S&P as well. The idea that where it is right now is slightly negative, it's acting as resistance, as you see. So when you asked when is it safe to long the market, it's safe when resilience is positive, monthly resilience is positive. So right now, it's kind of bouncing between the two. It's going to take a little bit more fight, but if this thing goes positive and finds higher highs and you're down here, then I long for the break. So right now, there is no, it's usually a leading indicator. Right now, it's just being on par. Everything is so tight with no arbitrage. So it's essentially just mirroring the market today. But normally you'll see right out the door, this is negative, right? So market gapped and rallied. If you were long from yesterday, you sold right at the open. Do you guys see that? You see how that works? Because you don't expect it to break. It's already negative and trading down. The resilience is a tiebreaker at the yellow and white lines in the liquidity map to give you an extra bump for your trading decision. Do it however you want. Do I want to short off a half? Do I want to short off a monthly hedge? Well, bear long down allows that. And as a second layer is if that's negative, then I'll definitely want to do that. So this is the S&P's own options against itself. This is telling you what all the other stocks are doing against all their own options, right? If the S&P is rejecting and the stocks themselves are rejecting, it's a very, very small probability it goes through. You guys got that amazing content? Thank you. Any questions so far? So the first thing I do in the morning is I wake up and determine if market's rational or irrational. There's a video on that. It's a bunch of extra calculations. We'll go ahead and skip that. So today, I'll just show you doomsday really quick. It's this number at the top. That number is very important. If this number is greater than 1/2, the market has a really strong bull bias. If this number is less than 1/2, it's a very strong bear bias. As you see, it's a really strong bull bias. And as you see, the market is not selling off very easily. How that indicator actually works is if you go, I don't think there's somewhere I draw it. I have an indicator that I made that just draws these risk interval bands. It's just something that's an exploit of CME span. We'll cover this later in the Zoom call. But I want all you guys to go to the Zoom call in a little bit. I want you to all do me a favor. Everyone go to the Discord. If it's your first day here, send me a message and say it's my first day here. I will give you guys a private tour of everything. I know we have a lot of people joined yesterday and today who saw the Trading Camp podcast. Awesome. Love those guys, man. They're super cool. Alejandro is also an engineer, if y'all didn't know that. I love meeting other engineer traders. We are outside of this risk interval band, so market is deemed irrational. Liquidity is going to be hard to be found. And as you see, the market's jumping all over the place. That's expected. When you're outside of the band, I don't try to enter any new trades, period. Now, an example is on the downs, especially on the downside, I don't trade at all down here. But I find every excuse to be bullish. So even irrational bull side, I will take bull runs as long as they make sense and everything's pointing up. And right now, not everything's pointing up. So I'm not really jumping into any day trades right now. I'm letting the market chop around. And again, the market's gone absolutely nowhere. But you guys see my big plays. You remember last week, I made 70K that week on stream. If you guys go watch, I literally made $70,000 in profit. And each day will show all the trades I was in. I was long a bunch of stuff. JP Morgan, I was long Nvidia, I was long Pepsi, I was long everything. And I dumped most everything on Friday of last week. I started buying Google when it dipped. Okay, so everybody do me real quick. What do I find the bands on Rocket Scooter app? We haven't put them in yet since we just launched fully with our scanner and walls and everything. I came out of beta in September. We're now adding features week over week. So the bands, we have a target to get those in probably not this week, but next. We have to get futures data, another thing to get you the futures bands. That's all in the works. So every week we're coming out with new releases. Today, we had a really decent release. We had volume is now a property that you can add to the properties table. I think he said you can. Hold on. Oh no, it's on the test server. Okay. Adding volume to microperformance each time we add properties or main CPU is consumed by the browser. So in the test server for the release on Monday, you'll have volume as a property as well. Cool. Yeah, I'll walk through everything. Each client individually. Yes, Candace L. Thanks for signing up. If you guys do sign up, I will walk you through each one at a time. And we'll go. So everybody, do me a favor. Go to the Discord. We're going to call this a day. I'm going to put the links. Don't go anywhere just yet. We're going to go to Zoom like we do every day. Zoom call for the members. You guys to come in. We'll have a real deep dive educational session. So go here. Our Discord is free. If you pay for a Discord, you can save that money because we have a free one. Go here. Send me a message in 5 minutes. We'll meet back up for a Zoom call. We'll go through a deep dive education, things we don't show on the stream, the secrets, the real stuff, for members only. Y'all like what you saw so far? This is preschool level. We're about to show you the goods, so come on over. Don't miss it. See you in 5 minutes.